We arranged to meet on a street corner in Chinatown. You arranged it. I thought we'd eat in a restaurant, but you wanted to buy things for a meal you'd cook. Authentic ingredients. I was supposed to be impressed. I was not. At 18, the notion that someone surrounded by incredible Chinese food would work to create an amateur approximation didn't impress me. It still doesn't. I didn't say this. You were pleased with yourself. Very. And you'd recently been my teacher. Very. We went into a market and you bought whatever you bought. I don't remember the food. I remember the shopkeeper. You tried to be friendly with her. Chatty. Like you knew each other. She didn't answer. Her expression suggested the sight of you caused her pain. She looked at me. I felt she was about to speak to me. Then reconsidered, silently handing your bags across the counter. I thought, he comes here with every schoolgirl he gets to meet him. She's seen him here with all of us. At your house, which you were also pleased with, you cooked what you bought. I sat on your leather sofa, bored, and didn't offer to help. You sat beside me. How old do you think I am? You asked. An inane question, the answer could only make you feel bad. I thought you were 45 or 48. But girls aren't stupid, Mr. Jones. I said, I've no idea. I'm 33, you informed me. Then you said, I understand you might be open. Open, again. An important word. You meant open to sex, not unattached. You knew my boyfriend. I didn't ask what led to this understanding. I imagined your list of my graduating class. Stars next to names of girls you understood were open. Calling girls as they left school. No longer children. No longer students. Now we'd graduated. Would anyone blame you? Before criminal cases exploded in the news, raining words like coercion, grooming, pedophile. Though, of course, pedophile you were not. A pedophile becomes a normal man on your 18th birthday. Anyone would think fool, slut, idiot, loser. About me, not you. Only losers sleep with old men they aren't attracted to. Because, Mr. Jones, in your early 30s, hair and beard threaded with gray and already struggling to achieve and maintain an erection, you seemed old. I'd never seen a penis at half-mast before. Get me hard, you said in bed. Get me hard. Get you hard? I laughed. I thought it was a joke. I had to do something besides be naked. You said things during sex, words that turned you on. It was embarrassing. I didn't say so. I also didn't say the words you wanted me to say. You squirmed on top of me, and an animated clip ran through my head. The textbook from your class stuck beside my bed, shrinking, withering, falling out. I laughed. I guess you realized I wasn't into it. Afterward, you tried to gaslight me. A term I didn't know, but a concept I recognized the instant the jet was lit. Are you sure you aren't a lesbian? I demurred. No, I don't think I am. Did lesbian girls often agree to sex with you? Did sex with you lead to homosexuality in previously heterosexual girls? You said, I thought you'd be different. You meant better. A rah-rah go team. I didn't wonder why you thought I'd be better. I'd done well in class. It made sense you'd expect me to do well. Yes, I actually thought this. I wish I'd answered you another way. For example, using the statement phrased as a question by which young females seek to disarm dangerously insecure men. I think the definition of lesbian is a girl attracted to other girls, not girls who aren't attracted to prematurely flaccid Mr. Jones. What would I say if I saw you now? Do you still have trouble getting hard? It gets harder to get hard. Time softens. The universal truth of manhood. You can have hips replaced, knees, things that hinge and pivot don't seem to last. But they aren't replacing that yet, so far as I've heard. If things have continued as they were trending then, you aren't getting hard these days at all. Are you married? That summer you were divorced, in a relationship with a student who graduated the year before. Not cheating on her, having sex with my graduating class. We have an understanding, you said. We allow each other. You didn't specify if she allowed you because she knew you'd do it anyway, if you allowed her because you knew she would. Did you realize at 19 she wouldn't be satisfied with a faulty penis, Mr. Jones? A few years later, when you became director of that high school, you and this former student married. Are you still married? Do you still allow each other? Do you think you'd become director today if you entered into a relationship with one student the moment she graduated and it was widely known you had sex with many others? Attempted sex. There was the problem of that missing erection. You, Mr. Jones, are a white man. What would happen if a black teacher, say Mr. Chandler, tried this? Could he become director? You called lots of girls, all kinds. I don't know your success rate based upon demographics. I only know what happened with Lee. She and I compared notes after. You called Lee that August. Her surname fell near the end of the alphabet. It had been a busy summer for you. You met her at the same Chinatown street corner, led her to the same market, shopped for your famous meal. You went up to the counter where, as it happened, the same shopkeeper was working. The shopkeeper had seen you there with all of us. She examined Lee. She stared into the space between you and Lee. Thinking, Lee believed, considering her options. You tried to be friendly, chatty. After all, you knew each other. You said, "How are you this glorious summer evening?" You said, "These crab legs look amazing." The woman spoke to Lee. One short sentence. Lee spoke only English fluently, but she'd grown up hearing Mandarin. This was neither English nor Mandarin. Cantonese, Lee thought. She didn't know the words the woman spoke, but she understood their meaning. She thought I, too, if I'd been there, would have understood. Even you, Lee thought, caught the shopkeeper's drift. You became uneasy. You said. Holding your credit card, waiting to pay for your crab legs splayed before you. The shopkeeper walked around the counter. You stepped back. She approached, very calm, looking a bit sad, Lee thought. She didn't say anything. Her small pistol, aimed at you, said it all. A few years after you were named director, you began giving talks about all the amazing, unexpected things you'd done during your career. I don't know if you mentioned that August night in Chinatown, how you amazingly hurled yourself through the shop doorway, unexpectedly landing on the sidewalk on your shoulder. The glorious summer evening crowds caved around you like a sinkhole. You rolled until you hit the gutter, a man extinguishing himself. Then you picked yourself up and ran.